My credit card it was named expired.
Bouncing mystic, realistic, and simplistic. Spirits visit, how we live it. It's intrinsic, kiss me, kissed it. It's smeared like lipstick, colorful on our souls. A mouth full of gold or a drummer's roll. Stories get told about us. Dollar, it's her, stir it up. We kept the balance, we moved in silence, we moved the loudest. Ancestors in my dreams, they moved the wildest. They prayed about us, praised and shouted. Picture this country being great without us. A fake nostalgia, move through the words with vigor. When we got free, the world moved with us. Now they wanna change their bodies, no bigger. They call us, they wanna be niggas. We the rivers and move through the jungle.
Yo, what's up? What's up, everybody? How y'all doing out there? Muted myself. I'm sorry again. I'm muted myself. I'm unmuted. We got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. We're gonna talk about some football. Jalen Hurts got paid. He went from auditioning to getting the Brinks truck to his house. He went from auditioning to get the Brinks truck to his house, right? Because they said he couldn't do it, and he showed them wrong. Also, Lamar Jackson. What they gonna do with Lamar now? Because he got to get his Brinks truck too. You know what I'm saying? What else? You know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about some baseball. We're gonna talk about some football. We're gonna talk about some basketball. And we know you guys know that Dana's gonna be on the line tonight because the Lakers won. They won. They might pull this thing out. They just might pull this thing out because they may not have John Morant, but that's where the buck stops there. I think, but it is what it is. So let's go ahead and knock off this baseball information right now. And I don't know if you guys watching baseball right now, but I'm loving this pitch count thing. This is the best thing since sliced bread. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what nobody say. So we got Mo on the line. His Yankees is 10-6. They won 2 in a row. They're 6-4. But the Tampa Bay Rays are 14-2. They 10-0 at home. 4-2 in a row. They won 1 and 8-2 in the last 10. Toronto Blue Jays 10-6. They lost 173 in the last 10. In the Central Division, you got the Minnesota Twins who are 10-6. Lost 2 in a row to 6-4 in the last 10. You got the Cleveland Guardians. Now I gotta ask you a question. What is a guardian? If I'm thinking of a guardian, I'm thinking of the Marvel Comics Guardians. So do they got a logo for the Guardian? I don't know. I don't know what a Guardian looks like. Hopefully somebody can tell me because a G on a baseball ain't cutting it for me. I'm sorry, that's not cutting it for me. I'm not feeling that. I'm not feeling that, Cleveland. Y'all got to do better. Y'all got to be better to do better. So I don't know what the Guardian is.
Hey,
And nobody.
at least they ain't got a little troll on the field.
At least we don't have logo on one side of our helmet. In
We
the
got
West,
6 rings on the other, bro.
I don't care about those 6 rings. What have they done for me lately? Janet Jack said. In the West, we got the Texas Rangers with 9-6. They won 1. They're 6-4 in the last 10. In the National League, you got the Atlanta Braves 12-4. They got the best record. No, they don't. They got the best record. They probably got the best record. They got the best record in the National League. That's Dana's team. They won 6 in a row. They're 7-3 in the last 10. The New York Mets are 10-6. They won 4 in a row. They got 7-3 in the last 10. Your Philadelphia Phillies. Now I'm gonna say this to you before I go on. My friend, he's a Philly fan. He said, "Yo, we got a ring." I said, "What ring did you get?" He said, "We got the National League ring." I said, "Nobody talks about second place." I said, "Did you hear Rondo say we don't put up Eastern Standard? We don't put up Eastern Conference banners. We put up championship banners." And I left it at that. I ain't say no more. I ain't say no more. But they are 6-10. They won 1 game. They're 5-5 in the last 10. In the Central Division, Milwaukee Brewers are 11-5.
Wait,
They won 1.
Kev. They won in 2008, right? They beat the Rays.
Who did?
Phillies.
I'm talking about right now. He talking about right now. He said they got a ring right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Huh?
They were the last team to win a game.
What?
The Phillies. They were defeated. They were like 0-5 or something like that before they won a game.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, they Phillies.
Last team to win a game. In the Central Division, like I said, we got Milwaukee Brewers who are 11-5. They won 1 game. They're 6-4 in the last 10. You got the Diamondbacks who are 9-7. They're won 1 game. They're 6-4 in the last 10. You got my Dodgers who are 8-8. They're in second place. They lost 1, 4-6 in the last 10. We lost our catcher for a minute. What, Mo? I thought he was about to say something. All right, so that's what's going on in baseball. But I'm telling you guys, I'm loving that pitch count. I'm loving pitch count. So just for example, Cody Bellinger played with the Cubs, and the Cubs came out to Dodger Stadium. And he comes up the bat, and they gave him a standing ovation. He's waving. And so he's in the batter's box, and the guy calls strike 1 on him. I said, yo, that is terrible. I said, yo, you at least can get a dude a chance to get in the batter's box. I mean, they gave him a standing ovation. I think we need to try that. I think your team should try that for everybody gets up, no matter if they play for you or not, give them a standing ovation and they waving and they got one strike on them. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you gotta get it where you can get in. So we got Dana on the line. Dana, do you have your Black History moment?
Oh man, keep forget.
Yo, I'm looking like Stephen A. right now,
Keep
sipping on my
forget.
tea. I'm looking like Stephen A. Smith sipping my tea right now on you, Dana. I'm telling you.
Well, I'm working on it.
Yeah. So
I'm working on it.
we gonna get on track for
I'm sorry.
we gonna get on track for a minute, Dana. So I know you said your sister critiques your show, critiques the show every now and then. So what you had to say about your last week?
Well, she told me I wasn't hardly involved. Like, you know, she was like, I need you to get in there. And like, I said, no, I'll come let Kev and Mo and Lou get their points across. Because when they laughed at my team, when they were 2-10, nobody thought, hey, listen, man, he's going to represent the West in the final.
So that was the conversation you had with your sister.
Nah, he's just trying to say that he ain't trying to talk him up like he usually does because they lose when he talk trash. That's what happens.
I mean, I'm gonna be good. Jalen, what's the quarterback of the Eagles? Jalen Hurts.
Yes.
I said, hey, can I have your agent phone number?
You got paid. He went from auditioning for the starting job to getting a Brinks truck to his crib.
You missed that.
It couldn't end no better.
He is talking about his agent. You seen his agent?
What about
You seen his agent?
He married, so we can't talk about it. Married, we ain't talk about it. But look up Jalen Hurts' agent.
Is she that
Oh
fine?
my God.
Is she that fine?
I'm a married man.
She get a Beyonce run, dude. Tell you.
She
ain't
a beautiful woman, no question.
Beautiful.
There are many beautiful women out in the world, though.
And she beautiful. That's how you got all that money. Cause it was dazzled by. I see you, Jalen. Can I say it? I hope I don't get in trouble.
Go ahead.
Black Power.
Did you just go to a white black supremacist? A black white supremacist, rather?
Yeah, she is. She is cute. She's cute. I'm that.
Don't get in trouble now.
I just said she's cute.
You been in your car.
I just said she's cute. I just said she's cute.
Okay.
I said she's cute.
So how you feel?
So
Stay in your lane.
So Dana, so I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead.
You want to stay married? Stay in your lane.
And do my my wife ain't got nothing to worry about. 25 years, I ain't going no damn where.
No, that's right.
I
hear that song in the background for you too.
And I'm gonna say this to you guys.
Yeah, that song in the background.
I'm gonna say this to you guys. I got a little secret in the back. I got a little secret get ready to come up. And if it comes up, trust me. I'm drinking my tea right now.
What?
We're gonna step up and step out. That's all I got to say. I'm just gonna leave it at that. So anyway.
Who, you and your wife?
I went to Us, the network.
Now Data interested. Now you want to talk. Now you want to say.
So anyway, I went to the movies and watched Nate Sweetwater Clifton play the movie for him. I liked the movie in a sense, but I thought they would have showed more of the racial issues that he went through as a basketball player. They showed more racial issues with the owner than they did with the players, which was kind of weird to me because it just didn't end the way I wanted it to end. And what it did though, I took my
What
wife
movie is this?
Nate Sweetwater Clifton. I took my wife to the movie,
Oh, okay.
and she's like, "You taking me to the movies? I don't even know nothing about." I said, "Babe," I said, "Don't worry about it." I said, "It's about one of the first black players to go to the NBA." I said, Nate Sweet Clifton, Chuck Cooper, and Earl Lord were the three first blacks to get drafted in the NBA. I said, Earl Lord was the first one to play. I said because he played for Washington, and Boston was playing out west, and Nate Clifton was playing in New York, Madison Square Garden, the Mecca, um, the same time that Earl Lord was going to play. But let me tell you what happened though. But anyway, so they was playing a team called the Olympians. I didn't even know who the Olympians. I have to go look it up or whatever. But it was a very good movie. It showed a lot of information about the Harlem Globetrotters and how they became who they became, and things of that nature. And if you look at where the Harlem Globetrotters is right now, that's where it all started. So you know there's probably gonna be a movie coming up about the Harlem Globetrotters. Probably there's gonna probably be a movie about Chuck Cooper. And when I talked to his son, he told me they were working on something. He said they was working on a movie for all three of them. He said, but Nate Clifton was gonna be the first one coming out because actually he should have been the first one to play. Okay. So what happened was because the commissioner in New York was afraid that there's gonna be a mob session going on and blood and all this stuff is gonna happen. Um, Washington, Earl Lloyd played first, and they went off. The owners for the New York, um, the owners for the New York Yankees, I mean New York Knickerbockers went completely off with the commissioner. You like he's like basically you took his glory away, you took his pride, you took away what he was gonna what it should have been. Okay. And so, but again, I want you guys to go watch the movie. It's a really good movie. Like I said, it should have went into more detail, I think, about his life and stuff like that. It did go back and forth, but for the most part, what I really liked about it too is like he would go out. He said, "Yo, can I get a glass of water and two spoonful of sugar?" So he drank sweet water because that was his nickname. He drank sweet water, so he wasn't the person to drink. But anyway, let me go into some detail about Mr. Nate Clifton. Nate Sweetwater Clifton, born as Clifton Nathaniel. But what happened on the movie? She changed his name to Nate Clifton. I mean, to his name was Nathaniel. It was Clifton Nathaniel, but Nathaniel Clifton. She some kind of way she changed his name around in the movie. You got to pay attention to that.
KFC and watermelon.
And so
KFC.
don't worry, I got the number, and I'm gonna call him back. So anyway, she changed his name around, whatever. And you know, wait, give me a second here. Whenever you try to do something, that's why I played Mo. That's why I played that song with Common. That's the reason why I play that song, because of somebody like that that comes on and says what they says. Because you're jealous of what we're doing, and now you won't be like us, but you can't. You can't never be like us. It's just us for a reason, right? So you come on, say whatever you gotta say, but don't worry about it. I got your number. So anyway, he was born October 13, 1922, August, and he passed away August 31st, 1990. Was American professional basketball player and baseball player. He's best known as one of the first African Americans players to play in the National Basketball Association. Born in England, Arkansas, Clifton was given given the Sweetwater nickname as a boy because of his love of soft drinks and his easy disposition. His family moved to Chicago, Illinois, where he became an outstanding basketball player of Dallas High School. Graduating in 1942, he attended Xavier University of Louisiana, New Orleans, and served with the United States Army for 3 years, fighting in Europe during World War II. NBA career. I'm sorry, early career. After the war, Clifton joined the New York Rens, which was the first all-black American professional team that toured throughout the United States. Noted for their large hands, he required a size 14 glove, was invited to join the Harlem Globetrotters, who he played for the summer of 1948 to the spring of 1950. Still a talented baseball player, baseball first baseman doing his basketball all season in 1949, Clifton played for the Chicago American Giants and Negro League. By 1950, he performed with the Globetrotters, in particular, exceptional ball handling ability led his signing contract with the NBA. In May 24th, 1950, Clifton became the second African American to sign a contract. He played his first game in New York on November 4th, 4 days after the debut of the Washington Capitals with Eric Lloyd, the first black to appear in the game. Already 27 years old when he made his debut, Clifton in his first season helped lead the team to his first ever appearance in the NBA Finals, losing Game 7. During his 8th season with the NBA, Clifton averaged 10 points, 9 rebounds per game. He was named to the 1957 All-Star team, scoring 8 points, 23 minutes in the game. At age 34, he became the oldest player in NBA history to be named to the first All-Star team. In 1957, Clifton was part of the multi-player trade between the Knicks and the Fort Wayne Pistons. But after one season in Detroit, he retired from basketball. The summer of 1958, he joined the Detroit Clowns baseball team in Negro League. Also was a Harlem Globetrotter teammate, Reese Goose Tatum. In 1961, he was coached out of retirement by the Chicago Majors of Fielding American Basketball League (ABL). After the league folded in 1962, the 40-year-old Clifton retired permanently. Clifton died at the age of 67, August 31st, 1990, in Chicago. He he resides at Restvale Cemetery in Chicago suburbs. The biggest thing about this, though, guys, is that nobody knew that he served in the Army, so he had that discipline. Okay, if you think about it, Jackie Robinson had that discipline. I don't know about Earl Lloyd, but I know that Chuck Cooper was in the Army, was in the military, had that discipline. They had that discipline to deal with people of color, people of other colors, dealing with them in a different manner. You know what I'm saying? Jackie Robinson, the same way. And he was a two-way player. You know what I'm saying? So again, he just wanted the opportunity to play basketball. That's all he wanted to do. He reminds me of a Kevin Durant that he takes care of his hair type of attitude. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna say this right now.
He got a haircut.
Yeah, he listened to the show. He saw the post. But I'm gonna say this though. He was probably the most dominant player during that time period. If you go watch the movie, he reminds you of George Gervin. He reminds you of Dr. J. He reminds you of those two players in particular because of the way he moved, the way he handled the basketball. I mean, it was incredible, man. It was a great movie. So hopefully you guys can get a chance to go watch it, and enjoy it like I did. And I loved it, man. I really did. He got to the Hall of Fame as well. But it was just great to see this guy go into the Hall of Fame. Also, real quick, The young man that got shot in Kansas City, um, they just came up and said he got two. The guy is he got 2 counts of homicide, some type of homicide. They said, but I'm hoping that hoping that the young man is still alive because they said he was recovering well. Um, so it was Ralph. His name's Ralph Y'all. So keep him in your prayers as well. Uh, my cousin Anthony Spinner's going into some for a little surgery going on, so keep him in your prayers as well. Just reach out and pray for them, um, and pray that once I get off the show and I call that 815 number, that person don't get cussed out because I got the number. So Mo, what you got for us, brother?
I'm just hoping not to get
I'm
cussed
just
out.
hoping not to get cussed out.
All right. I guess I will talk about Jack Johnson, otherwise known as John Arthur Johnson, nicknamed the Galveston Giant. So, for you boxing fans, you've probably heard the name, but I got some info you probably don't know. So, Jack Johnson, born in March 31st, 1878. So, you know, if he was born in 1878, what does that mean his parents were? That's right, his parents were actually slaves. So, he was the first black world heavyweight boxing champion. Not the first black champion, because there were other people in other weight classes, but he was the first heavyweight champion. After the fight of the century, when he defeated Jeffries, who was white, that was actually ducking him all the time, actually retired, so he didn't have to face Jack Johnson because he knew he was going to get beat down. That's just how it is. If somebody's trying to fight me too, and I knew I was going to get beat down, I'd probably duck them too. I ain't mad. We know how the guys do it now. It's got to be about the money, all about the Benjamins, baby. So, but when he actually did it, it actually triggered dozens of race riots across the United States because this happened in 1910. That's when Jack Johnson actually became the heavyweight champion of the world. So, think about 1910. None of us were around. Our parents weren't even around. 1910, people. We had a black heavyweight champion. Think about that. And we couldn't even have the right to vote until when? The 60s. So think about it. So the thing about it though, about Jack Johnson was he actually grew up poor. And he said he wasn't in a segregated area because everybody was poor where he came from. In Galveston, Texas, everybody's poor. Didn't matter if you were black, white, all that mattered was about green. Because when there is no money, it doesn't matter about your color. It just means that you're all trying to help each other survive. And that's why this is just us, because it's all about making sure everybody can survive, no matter what your color is, but it's about us and just uplifting us. So the thing about Jack Johnson was though, he quit school because he just didn't feel like he wanted to learn anything. He didn't want to be in school. He actually moved to New York City. He lived with Joe Walcott. I was thinking it was Jersey Joe Walcott, but he was Barbados Joe Walcott. He actually lived with him for a while. He had a job exercising horses. So the people that are actually out there just running the horses around, he actually got fired from that because he exhausted the horse. He was too good at his job. So he got fired from that, but he did save up enough money to actually buy himself some boxing gloves and get some sparring time. So with that, he actually started because at that time period they still had black leagues of boxing. So he actually became the black heavyweight champion of the world, fighting the same guys over and over because there were not many black heavyweights, so they had to fight each other. But then he would actually follow people around to actually get his shot at actually fighting people. So in 1908, he was actually following this guy named Tommy Burns. He was the world heavyweight champion. He had to follow him for 2 years to get a fight. He followed him all around the world and was joking him outside of the ring, saying that he was terrible. He ain't nothing. He was just terrible, and that's what he said. And the guy wouldn't fight him until he got guaranteed $30,000. Think about that. He got guaranteed $30,000 to get his butt whipped because Jack Johnson beat him in 2 rounds. So I'd take $15,000 right now per round if I could. But at the same time, ain't no boxer getting in the ring for that. So, but the thing about it is, he actually coaxed. He got Jeffries to come out of retirement to fight him for the world heavyweight champion, and he actually beat him in a bout that was supposed to go 20 rounds. He beat him in 12. He actually had to fight 49 rounds one time to win a fight. Can you imagine 49 rounds? I ain't saying none, but that's 3 minutes per round, 49 rounds. Kev, you think you could last that long? Don't worry, we already talked to Bernie Mac, and he told us about you and your wife, so we know you ain't lasting that long. So, anywho,
So,
don't worry, I ain't
anywho,
lasting that
don't
long
worry,
either.
I ain't last that long either.
You might as well just put yourself back
Might
on
as well
mute. You
just
ain't
put
got nothing to
yourself
say
back
to
on
that.
mute. You ain't got
He
nothing
got,
to say.
he got jokes today, ladies and gentlemen. He got a lot of jokes. That's all right though. That's all right though. He got
All
a
right,
lot of
back to Jack Johnson. So, what happened though? Because he became the world heavyweight champion as a black man, they weren't as mad about that until they found out that he had a white wife. Everybody always talks about when a black man makes it, he goes and gets a white wife. He had the white wife before he actually made it though. So, but what happened was they became millionaires over with what they were doing because they actually were integrated into the culture. They actually created the Black and Tan Club where they would actually have people coming over. It was a restaurant and also a dance club. So that's how they really got in trouble with everybody because they were making so much money off of his fame and also doing things for their community.
The community.
Let me ask you a question.
What's what? I didn't hear you.
That's what I didn't hear you.
Where did Jack Johnson live at?
He lived in Galveston, but he was born in and he died in North Carolina. So with that, North Carolina was where he really was, but at the same time, you can't have a white woman in the South. And at that time period, if you took a woman across state lines, you could actually be charged for a crime because you're doing it for immoral reasons. If you take a woman over the line, the state line, so they were actually waiting for him. Best story I ever heard about Jack Johnson though was he was driving across country, and he gets pulled over by the cops. And it was at that time period, tickets weren't that much. It was $50 for a ticket. And Jack Johnson said, and he was going 90 miles per hour and a 25 or something like that. He's just like, well, sir, that'll be $50. Jack Johnson gave him $100 because he said, I'm going to be coming back the same way I'm going right now. So he gave him $100 and said, I'm out. That's that's what money can do for you people. That cop had nothing to say to him because what's he gonna say? I got $100 on this. I ain't got to tell nobody I got 50 out of it. That's who Jack Johnson was. He was flamboyant. He was a great man, but at the same time, he actually did stand for us because he was actually fighting, trying to get white men to fight black men so he could actually unify and not have a segregated boxing heavyweight championship. That's what Jack Johnson did for us. And it's probably one of the most well known world heavyweight champions out there in the world. All right, I'll give it back to you now, Kevin. I had my fun.
I had my fun.
Yeah, Jack Johnson was a bad dude, man. There's probably a movie coming about Jack Johnson too, and what people not people what and what people don't understand, what people don't realize is like even with like the Wall Street in Chicago, um Westbrook is starting. He's doing a film on that right there. So you got a lot of people that's bringing a lot of the stuff to our attention about some of the things that we as African Americans had put in place or helped build in the United States of America. Because if it weren't for us, there's no America. It's the bottom line. Give us our credit where credit is due. Always said, they always said you're supposed to get that was a mule and 40 acres. I want mine with interest, you know what I'm saying? So that'd be a whole lot of mules and a whole lot of acres of land. And they got it. It's here. It's here. They just don't want to give it to it. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so we got Dayton on the line, and I think we got somebody from the Washington area 202. Who's that? Who we got on the line with us from Washington area?
Uh, Big Steve. Steve
Right.
Davis. Yeah, what?
We got Steve Davidson on the line with
us. But they be talking about these black quarterbacks. You know, right now we get high quarterback, right?
Hey Dave.
You know,
something's going on with your phone. You're going in and out.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Okay. You hear me now?
Yep, that's better. That's better. That's much better. Much better.
Okay, I just take it off speaker.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but what you talking about the black quarterback now?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, yelling at us yesterday. I'm like, oh my God.
He got paid. He got paid.
He got triple paid.
Yeah, like I said before, he was auditioning for the starting job last year and end up getting paid big money. Now the problem though is now Philadelphia's gonna have to. They ain't got no money to spend on nobody else. So the possibility of them repeating again is gonna be even harder this year than it was last year. And I think if we look at these quarterbacks getting paid like this, is it right for them to get paid like this? Because when you get paid like that, the team suffers. So my thing is how if you're all about winning Super Bowls, then you can't give all your money to the quarterback because now you can't give money to anybody else. And I
Well, I look at it two ways though, because Jalen Hurts is only 22 years old. He's in a 5-year contract, so he's gonna be 29 years old.
and you know what, Steve? You think about this though. He can probably get 3 contracts for real, because he go after this contract's over. They're probably going to extend him if he's still playing at a high caliber. They'll probably extend him before he turns 29, so he'll get another contract extension maybe from that, which would be a lot more than what he's getting right now if he's playing consistent football with the Eagles. Now the thing about it is what can help the Eagles out if they have free agents that want to come there and say, okay, I'll take a pay cut to come here and play. That's what they're probably hoping on or hoping that happens and things of that nature. But really, again, I'm just saying to myself, when you give a quarterback all that money and then you look back and you say, okay, so how are we gonna build our team? Now, granted that they get money, they get a new contract, TV contract, which is the YouTube is out their mind or how much they want you to pay for this. Now I don't know if DirecTV is getting rid of the red zone. I don't know if that's still part of their packet, but I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'll get the red zone if DirecTV has it. I'm not paying that. Man, look, somebody on the show said they get the NFL packet for free. I ain't gonna say no names. I ain't gonna say no names. I don't know how he do it, but he did it. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. So before we get into
But
go ahead.
but it's gonna be football. It's gonna be football. The only time they ain't gonna be football is Wednesday. It's Wednesday and Friday and Saturday.
Well, they're talking about having on Wednesdays and Fridays and Saturdays too. So the NFL,
For college,
man,
college is it's big money.
they don't care about college football. They don't care. NFL don't care about that. You see what they did for what not Thanksgiving but Christmas Day. They had three football games on Christmas
Oh,
Day, plus the NBA had games on. So if you're a fan,
oh, that was big money.
who you gonna watch and where you gonna go? Personally speaking, I'm not going.
Commanders.
If the game's outside, I ain't going to that game. In December, I'm going inside and watch the game. If I'm going to a stadium, I'm going to watch the game from there. So anyway, let's talk
Yeah.
talk a little let's talk a little basketball. Well, let's go ahead and let's go ahead to the draft. Let's finish up the draft where we was at. So we're at number 6 with the draft, right? Yes.
Yep.
So since we left though, there was a trade made where the Lions are drafting number 3, correct? Am I correct?
No,
Who's drafting
Yeah.
number 3?
number 3 is still the Cardinals. The Lions traded the former number 3 pick Jeff Okuda to Atlanta.
Oh, okay. I thought that.
He's a pass draft. He's a former number 3.
So did they get it? Did Atlanta and Detroit? I mean, did Atlanta and Detroit change positions? So
No,
Atlanta still.
no. Atlanta gave up a 5th round pick
So they gave a 5th round pick.
for a former number 3 pick, overall pick, because they were dumping his $5 million salary.
To Atlanta.
Okay. All right. So we're at number 6, which is Detroit Lions, correct? Which
Mhm.
would be this would have been a Rams pick. This would have been a Rams pick.
Why don't the Rams have that pick?
Because somebody switched quarterbacks. Remember?
Because the quarterback we got
No,
won us a
I'm
Super Bowl.
joking. Exactly. That I want you to have that opportunity to say that.
opportunity to say
You got a
Yeah,
Super Bowl out of it. And what'd you get this year? What'd you get last year? What you gonna get this year? What you gonna get the year after that?
our offensive line is hurt right now, but we're gonna have a better record than Pittsburgh. Both teams.
Well, how many
Uh,
games y'all win last year?
so we won 5, but again, we was the only look. We're the only team that had a starting. We had an offensive line that changed every game during the year. Nobody started the whole year as an offensive line for the Rams. And that's what I'm gonna blame it on that right there.
That sounds like
I'm blame it on
excuses.
sounds like excuses.
Be happy
I'm
with your
blaming
Super
that.
Bowl. Be happy with your Super Bowl.
Be happy
Move
with
on.
your Super Bowl.
I am
Move on.
because we got a Super Bowl in
Mhm.
the new millennium.
So have we.
So
2008,
have
bro.
we. 2008, bro.
How many?
That don't
How many? How many? How many the Browns got?
the Ram actually the Rams have 3
No,
times.
I said the Browns.
I said the Browns.
No, you said the Rams. You said the Rams. The Rams have 3 titles for 3 different cities that nobody else has done. So we stand in
That's right.
in the history books.
And we beat the LA Rams for a Super Bowl.
LA Rams for a Super Bowl.
That was fixed.
Wait a minute, did we beat
Wait a
the
minute,
did we beat the St. Louis Rams too?
the St. Louis Rams too?
No, that's right. They weren't in St.
No,
Louis
that's
back
right. They
then.
weren't in St. Louis back then.
Mo's on this kick with the Steelers out. You see his background. You know what I'm saying?
Reporting live. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
What was that? Oh yeah, the Browns do still suck, don't they? Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, the Browns got 2. They got 2 though. They just got them in Baltimore.
We have first round at 6 at the number 6 pick. Dana, who you got for that?
They go to Detroit.
Yeah, it's going to Detroit. To Detroit.
So I guess I will go by Newton, right? So it's just a quarterback. I really was not really paying attention to the draft for the last week.
I don't think they're going to draft a quarterback. I think they will draft a quarterback, but I don't think they'll draft a quarterback right there unless it's
Early.
unless it's a quarterback they really want. And Anthony Richardson's name has come up for a few teams recently. They're saying that
I'll do it.
they're saying it might be at least 6, 7 quarterbacks get drafted in the first round. Dangerous man, because he chose Florida over Miami. Stop it.
I mean, quarterback.
Well, how many games do you need to play, Dana?
Your belt.
How many?
Big game.
Well, I mean, Dana. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that. Mo, who you got Detroit picking?
I either have them taken. They already got tackles, so they're set at tackles. But because they just traded Akuda, that signs that they're gonna probably take a cornerback. So they're gonna pick between Christian Gonzalez or Devin Witherspoon. But if Will Anderson is still there, he's the pick. I just don't think he will be.
So you're saying a cornerback?
Cornerback, if Will Anderson is not there. If Will Anderson is there, you put him on one side, you got Hutchinson on the other side. That's a crazy defensive, two defense ends.
Go ahead, Dana.
Where are you brothers going to get this information?
Where do we go get our information from?
Yeah, right.
It's online.
Going back. Okay, go back. I gotta get back into my study habit.
Yeah, because see, if the Miami Herald ain't gonna tell you all this information. used to be force feeding you information. Now I ain't doing it no more.
It's like this. Always want to have a first round draft pick.
I wonder why.
Wait a minute. Miami doesn't have a first round draft pick this year. Why is that?
Why is that?
Because they cheaters.
Because they cheaters.
Hey, and David, who you got?
Hey,
And we ain't talking about Tyreek Hill either. Y'all cheaters.
cheaters.
T-E-R.
T-E-R.
Cheaters.
From Northwest, the guard.
You can take a guard.
You think Skoronsky?
They got the tackles.
Okay.
They just don't need a tackle though. They got probably the best left tackle or right tackle right now. Because they got Dominic Raiola at center. Can't remember who the left tackle is, but the right tackle is Perry Sewell, who should be playing left tackle.
Yeah.
But I can see him moving him to guard. He's actually a good guard too. So.
I see them going defense. I think they take an edge rusher. They got Tyree Wilson from Texas Tech. This dude can mold. I think he ran the 40 like 5 flat or something like that. He can mold it for a big dude. He's 6'9", only 6'6", 271. So that on the edge rusher, and you can run that fast. That's a good sign for him. So I'm gonna stick with him. Number 7 with the Indianapolis Colts. Oh man, who is their quarterback? Who they got as quarterback right now?
That's only if the Colts trade with the Raiders, right? Because the Raiders got the pick.
Mark, the Raiders got the pick.
Because remember, the Raiders have moved up to 4, I think, in yours.
Yeah, that's right. So the Raiders have this pick. Raiders. I'm saying they're going up to wide receiver. No, I'm not a wide receiver. I'm thinking tight end because the boy left and went to greener pastures. So I'm saying a tight end for the Raiders.
They traded him.
No, I thought he went as a free agent. Or they trade Waller?
Oh, they traded him. He was mad.
Yeah. Didn't they trade him to like Atlanta or something like that?
No, I don't
think you talking about Waller, right?
Yeah, the tight end.
Oh, traded to the Giants.
Yeah, it was mad. He was traded.
Well, he should. I don't know why he mad because the quarterback they got there ain't gonna last long. He might last a game or so. He gonna fall and fracture a pinky. He gonna be out for the rest of the season.
You talking about Daniel Dobbs?
The quarterback for the Raiders.
Oh, they ain't got no quarterback.
They do got a quarterback. You just can't say.
Yeah, Jimmy G.
He just can't stay healthy. Danny, who you got? Who you got the Raiders picking?
They going on wide receiver. I think USC.
Okay,
someone's doing from USC. That's what I read.
Davidson, what you got going on, brother? Who you got them getting?
I got them taking the edge guy from Texas Tech.
Oh, you got Tyreek Wilson.
Yeah.
Okay, I got him staying right where he's at though. Okay. Mo, what you got?
We know the Raiders love them freaks. There's 2 freaks that are there. One of them is a freak on defense. One is a freak on offense. I think they go with the freak on offense. I think they go with Will Levis. Quarterback from Kentucky. The one that looks like he's a linebacker. He should be playing linebacker.
Yeah,
because he's gonna be terrible.
He's cut.
I hope he has a great. I hope he's great.
So he was at Penn State and left and went to Kentucky. Number 8, we got
Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow left Ohio State to go to LSU too.
Yeah, but to go to Kentucky, he went to the reason why he went to Kentucky is because the offensive coordinator went down and they fired him after the first season, if I'm not mistaken. So he ended up having another coach anyway. So it didn't really matter who he had. Um, Davidson, who you got at number 8, first round pick? It belongs to the Atlanta Falcons, or did they move that too?
Nah, I think they say that they gonna go with Van Ness for out because Atlanta defense they picked up a lot of key players. They just gonna be 100% good, and then they got my man Heineke, so they gonna be really good this year.
What position does it? What you say his name was again?
Luke Van Ness.
Van Ness. And what position he played?
He played
defensive end.
Iowa.
He's
Iowa.
He's an edge.
Defensive end.
He's an edge.
Yeah. Defensive end.
Dana, who you got?
I say they go a quarterback. I don't think they believe in really.
Who do you think they're going to get for the quarterback spot?
So they like number 8. I know we keep using them up. And that's the Anthony Richardson thing.
All right, Mo, who you got?
I agree with that pick. Not the Atlanta Falcons. For the Baltimore Ravens. Traded Lamar Jackson to Atlanta for the 8th pick. That's the only reason Atlanta does it. Because the Ravens get Anthony Richardson with that pick. And they'll give him another first-round pick next year.
I talked to an Atlanta Falcon fan, and he basically said that they don't want Lamar. And I said to him, I understand what you're saying. I said, but y'all went after Deshaun Watson last year. He said it was 2 different players. I said, no, not really. That's the only difference is one like massages, one don't. I said,
coming from a Browns fan.
It is what it is. I said, and then the 11th hour, the Browns came in and gave more money. And he basically, oh, I love Deshaun. He about to show up. He about to show up and show out in Cleveland. Trust me.
Only if he found a massage therapist. He didn't find him last year.
But anyway, he said, yeah, I agree.
He looked a little bit stiff in the hips last year. You need to find somebody that's going to loosen him up a little bit before the games.
So I got them going after Jalen Carter at a defensive edge. And because if I'm Lamar, I don't want to go there after the owner said, "Oh, he's not the guy for us," and unless you try to throw smoke signals up. But I don't agree with him. I don't believe him. I don't think that's a good fit for him. And number 9, we got Chicago Bears. I'm going offensive, or they got this from the Carolina Panthers. So I'm going offensive line because they need to fix that offensive line for Justin Fields. That's what I'm gonna say. Offensive tackle. I don't know who it is, but that's what I want. That's what I'm saying they're going after. Mr. Davidson, who you think they got?
I'm going with your other picture. I'm going with Jalen Carter, defensive tackle for Georgia. The Chicago runs 5 as a defensive tackle at 350 pounds. Chicago needs really bad.
I don't know, man. He's been playing down in Georgia all his life. I bet he never played in no snow.
So they need to decrease the tackle to go with some linebackers Chicago got.
Okay. Mo, what you got?
They got to go offensive
They
tackle.
got to go offensive
Uh,
tackle.
If they believe
If
in
they
without
believe
trading for a
in
quarterback,
without
it
trading for a
means they got to
quarterback,
protect.
it means
They got to protect Justin
they got
Fields.
to protect
So I
Justin
think they're
Fields.
gonna go with
So I think
Sorotsky
they're gonna
because
go with
he's actually
Sorotsky because he's
right down the
actually
street in
right down
Northwestern.
the street in Northwestern.
If he's not there, then I think
If
they
he's
go
not
with
there, then I think they go with
Paris Jackson, I believe,
Paris
from
Jackson
Ohio State.
from Ohio State.
Okay.
But that's
Dana,
who the Steelers
But
are
that's
actually
who the
talking about trading
Steelers
up
are
for,
actually talking about trading up for.
what, the offensive
number
lineman?
9.
Number 9.
Okay. Dana, what you got?
I'm going left tackle.
So we
I'm
all
going left tackle.
so we got all said left tackle. Number 10. The Philadelphia Eagles at number 10. He probably will. I'm gonna say he'll probably be Robinson, the running back. He'll probably be the first running back selected in the draft because they let old boy walk away, and that's crazy. I don't know. I think he'll be a good runner. He'll be a good pick for them. And they got this pick from the Saints when how did they get this from the Saints? Was this for
A first round pick last year
First
because
round
the
pick
Saints wanted
last
to
year
get the
because
2
the
last
Saints
year.
wanted to get 2 last year.
yeah, okay. All right, so I got is a Bajine Robinson
Bijan.
from Texas. Bijan Junior 5'11", 215.
Yeah, he good.
I got him staying right there. Dana, what you got?
I'm running back.
Okay. Mo.
I think they like their running back switch because they picked up Rashad Perry from from Seattle. They still got Boston Scott. They still got Kenneth Gainwell. I don't think they go running back. I think they go actually after what they need the most right now because they lost both of their starting safeties. I think they actually go Brian Birch, or they might try and move down. But the problem is now that they just committed so much money, they need to hit on all their picks. So I think that's why they go with one of the probably the most secure places is actually going with the safety that can play either safety position. Brian Birch from Alabama.
Okay. And Mr. Davidson, what you got at number 10 for the Eagles?
Let's go with another Georgia guy, Nolan Smith. Okay, the edge. They lost one edge guy for the time. Let's go with another Georgia guy that can put some speed into the play game. They got a great defense. Let's try another one.
Okay. All right, that's our top 10 right there. Are we going past the top 10 or are we done with the draft? Because now because if we go past this one,
We
go
got to
ahead,
go to
Mo.
first round next
Got to
year.
go to first
I mean
round next year.
next week.
Next week.
I got it.
Everybody's got to do their projections, Dana. All 32 picks, Dana.
So the Cardinals have got some issues going on in the front office. Bidwell. And basically what they're saying is they're saying if all the current or former employees of the Cardinals come forward with complaints about the Cardinals. Arbitration claim filed earlier this week from former Cardinals executive Terry McDowell, making reference to multiple other employees who allegedly were mistreated by team owner Michael Bidwell. The next question becomes whether one or more of those employees will come forward. In arbitration claim, McDowell accuses Bidwell of cursing and berating a young African American employee in a racial charged manner, creating an environment of fear of minority employees and reducing the tiers to pregnant employees as a result of abusive and bullying mistreatment. It's important question because if the complaints continue, the league may appoint someone like Mary Jo White to investigate. And in hindsight, it's possible that the over-the-top public response to McDowell's claim double as warning shots to anyone else who might dare to stand up for themselves against the team and against Bidwell. Those names were merged as arbitration process regarding whether the employees come forward. They also could witnesses could depend on the rhythm of internal procedures. But again, the NFL teams benefit greatly from in-house systems that happen under auspices of the commissioner of the signees. Even if the arbitration happens to uncover hard evidence of other employees, the tangible complaints that no vehicle for this evidence ever seen in light of day, and there's no path to kind of true public accountability that would force the NFL to do something other than turn the page. Dana, what's your thoughts on that right there?
I mean, you know, the NFL ridiculous. They're ridiculous. It's always something. And it's always coming to the light. We know the NFL ain't just a good old boys network. Good old boys. So we already know. I mean, they're gonna hide it.
Wait a minute.
Hide it, but they can't.
Dana, hold on one second. Hey, Davis, are you listening to the show? Because I'm getting a double back. Davis?
For me?
No, I'm getting when you talk,
Oh,
somebody's watching the show and they don't have it on mute.
It always feels
It
like
always feels like someone's
it's watching
is
me.
watching me.
All right, go ahead, Dana.
I'm just saying, man. Nothing surprised me no more about these leagues. So, I mean, you were open with it. You don't hide it. Like pull the seats off of them. They already know.
And you know, this is the thing though. If you guys really think about this for real, Dana, remember when we brought up the issue of how old all the owners were and what type of lifestyle they lived and how they lived growing up as kids and how they didn't associate
Right,
themselves with certain types of people. And they
right.
because they got this
Yeah, I
money,
remember.
yeah, and they got this money now. They feel like they can talk to anybody any way they want to, and people are not talking no more.
Right,
They're not allowing you to sit there and berate somebody and think that it's okay to talk to them because you got money. You know, if I'm not mistaken, the Bidwell family, was it oil or something like that? Did they have oil or whatever the case may be? I mean, I don't even know. I think it's the
I
old.
think the son,
I think the old.
the son is younger though.
Yeah, but I don't think it's the old. I don't
I think the younger.
the son. I don't think it's the son though. It's the dad because he's one of the oldest. He's one of the oldest owners in the NFL. Mo, can you look up the real quick? Look that up and see because I know I had it before about the owners and their average age as far as the average age in the NFL as the owners is right around almost 80 years old, somewhere around there. Their guys are really old. But again, the thing about it is that you cannot talk to people any way you want to talk to nobody no more because and the thing about it is, if you remember the McDowell stepped down just recently. This recently happened. He stepped down from there, and nobody could figure out why he did. Now we know why he did what he did because he felt like that's not an environment that he wanted to be involved in. You know what I'm saying? So again, you gotta treat people the way you want to be treated because if you don't, it's gonna come back and haunt you all the time, every time. And that leads me to this story right here. Jim Charter accused the NFL media of covering up owners' behavior. Ain't that something? Ain't that something right there? Lead me right into this, man. I tell you, man. Sometimes I scare myself.
You on top of it, Kev.
Huh?
On top of them.
Say that again.
You on top of them. You know what they doing.
Okay.
We'll build the network soon.
Go ahead, Mo.
The Bidwells have owned the Cardinals since 1932. So that's how they made their money. They got in when it was still $50,000.
$50,000.
How is it? How is the father?
How old is he?
How old is he?
Yeah.
I just had it up.
I
Give me
just
one
had
second.
it up. Give me 1 second.
Michael Bidwell is born in 1964. His father Bill was born 1931.
Wow. So again, look at the age. Look at the time frame that he was born. He was raised in 1930s. We-
Ooh, Bill died in 2019 though.
So the youngest son got the team.
Yeah, I believe so. He turned over the day to day. They said back in 2007.
I was saying.
Oh, so
Work.
that's not good for him because he was born in an age where he know right from wrong when it comes to the color situation. But anyway, getting back to what Trotter says, it's officially Trotter's last day with the NFL media. He's going out with Flores. Here's what Trotter tweeted on Friday morning. He said, I've thought a lot about Brian Flores' lawsuit against NFL. All allegations, discrimination, hiring practices, case in micro, the macro, and the culture within the NFL include owners' behavior that was covered up by the league-owned newsroom. Stay tuned, more to come. The message strengthened the likelihood of lawsuits by Trotter. As previously noted, he doesn't have an arbitration clause in his contract, which means any litigation would play out in open court. That's if the NFL might try to shoehorn any such claim into arbitration obligation as it's doing in the John Gruden case. Trotter vows to expose the dynamics of the NFL owners' newsrooms, take everything to another level, and it could go a long way towards exposing problems that have been hiding in the plain sight for the moment the league decided to hire reporters to report on the league. Many shrug the inheritance of the conflict of interest. Many don't expect league owners to engage in real journalism. Still, people work both the NFL and NFL media don't like it when the obvious bias flowing from the fact that the commissioner signs the paychecks and mentions from time to time. Former NFL media employees have mentioned the tension that arises from the covering of the leagues while working with the league. Albert Beer had done it. Mike Silvers has too, but neither of them ever claimed that they had been pushed out, refusing to play along. Trotter will, if he files a lawsuit, be the first. Barring any settlement, it's not likely that the league will be able to buy his silence. Trotter could shine a light on just enough to compel major changes to be made by the league that quite possibly expects its reporters who reports the league to exercise discrimination in reporting if they hope to keep their jobs. So again, Dana, like you said, they hiring a lot of stuff. But Trotter's coming out and he's saying, I want to talk about it. Let's talk, let's have a grown man conversation about the situation that's going on in the field because there's a lot going on. And and don't think that Dan Snyder just gonna walk away with that $6 billion he gonna get. There's gonna be some conversation going on with Dan Snyder at the end of the day. Trust and believe me, it's gonna happen because Dan Snyder really don't want to get his team up, but he has no choice in the matter right now. Mo, what's your thoughts on the article that I just read?
Well, first of all, I got to talk about how we haven't heard about the Cowboys in a while, and I know that's because a Cowboys fan is no longer on the show. But think about everything that happened with why can't I think of his name now? Understand? Jerry Jones. Think about it. Jerry Jones stuff has gone away. Gone away. Daniel Snyder's in the news. Michael Bidwell's in there because Jerry is gone. I think Jerry's the snitch, man. Jerry's just like, nah, I'm taking all y'all down quietly.
Well, no, I don't think Jerry the snitch. I think Dan Snyder's gonna be the snitch. He say, "Oh, y'all gonna kick me out."
Yeah, I'm taking some of y'all with me. I know where all the bodies are buried. Oh yeah, I remember what he said that.
Yeah. He said, "Yeah, I know where all the bodies are buried at. Don't." They're gonna be like, "Yo."
I don't think he's gonna snitch because he got too much dirt on him. Too much dirt on him.
He don't even care about the dirt no more, Davidson, because he get ready to sell the team. He don't even care no more.
He can pay. Why would you think he get this 151% and him 99%.
Well, they
He
did,
got some dirt on him.
well,
He
they
got
did, but no, they did that
he got
because
a lot of dirt.
they did that because the NFL made him do that. He didn't do that because he wanted to. The NFL made him do
Yeah,
that
he could have come out.
after.
He could have come out
Go ahead.
smelling like roses because they got something on him. If he explodes some of the stuff on them, he's gonna pay really a lot of money.
Well, and
They,
that's
you know, we gonna get out of here.
he got $6 billion. You think he cares?
Plain and simple.
He can get $6 billion. $6 billion. And what he pay for that team?
Yeah.
How much he paid for the Washington Redskins at the time?
Pay 800 million.
$800 million.
How much?
He can make a profit. And
Of
my thing,
$5 million.
$5 million.
this is my thing with this because
But no, he
because
still had to pay fines and stuff.
oh
Still
yeah,
get that cheerleader lawsuit. He still got to pay. You know, Bruce Allen put this on him because you know Bruce Allen was his right hand man, and that's what that's who told Bruce on. Bruce Allen told Bruce on him. Bruce told the Raiders.
well yeah, I'm not disagreeing with that. And I mean, he got paid some money out, but the dude's getting $6 billion, actually $6.05 billion to sell the team. And the thing about it is, I get mad because he did something wrong. He's getting rewarded $6 billion. That's the problem I have.
So
They basically say,
out of here.
they basically say to you, they say to owners, and they say to owners that own football, basketball, baseball team, if you do wrong, we're gonna pay you to leave. That's what they're basically saying because ain't nobody giving no money. The owner for the Clippers, would they give any money back to anybody that he got
$2
smart
billion.
with?
Nope. You got
Did-
$2
did-
billion.
$2 billion.
Is the owner of the stuff that's going on with the Dallas Mavericks? Is anybody talking about what he's talking about? I mean, about what Mark Cuban's doing down there? No.
And you know what's funny about the Clippers owners, the former Clippers owners? Now, his former wife told him about Razor's Way, and then Chris Paul knows gonna say the same names and stuff, the same black names and stuff, and they didn't get fined for it. And I'm like, Chris Paul, y'all talking a bunch of jokes right now. That's why you ain't winning no championship.
But I'm
You
just
know what, LeBron?
I'm just saying though, you think about it, all these owners that had to sell their team, they ain't selling because they wanted to. They sold them because they was doing the wrong things, and they get rewarded by getting more money. So that's what's going to happen with
Yeah,
Dan
but
Snyder. But again, I think Dan Snyder.
but I'm like this. It's like when NWA became world, right? There's plenty of rich white guys that said they came world and they got criticized and stuff. But you come in the circle, the inner hood, and we say it every day.
Well, it's
Yeah.
it's some people use the ER and some use the NIGGA. And see, that's the difference.
Yeah.
They don't understand that about us. It is a difference. We use the A at the end, they use the ER, and there's a difference. So see, when you're trying to be in, you want to fit in, and you can't fit in because you don't know how to say the word correctly. So when you put the ER, they look at you like, yo, really? Make this make sense.
I was telling you, I'm mad when he said he's in the African American, like, he did like Martin Luther King and stuff. I'm like, you know what? You got a little too far.
What we talking
You know,
about?
and then he talking about he talking about the football and the basketball players. He talking about them that hurt and 255 right? And I'm like, you know what? I'm happy for Jalen Hurts.
Who
I
you
wish
talking?
that was me.
Davidson,
They're gonna get some big money.
Davidson, who you
It's
talking about?
Jack. Jack gonna get some more money next year.
Davis, who you talking about that made the comment?
Morgan Freeman. Today.
He said something negative about Jalen Hurts getting his money.
No, he seen a long interview about him getting his money, about him not being, you know he is an atheist, right? And I'm like, I must be a long way for him to prosper, right? You know, I mean, he talked about in another article about athletes. I'm happy for every athlete out there. I mean, I could have been a good boxer if I had a nice block shot and hit it in my football, you know. Um, but I'm happy for these young black men. I'm happy for these young black women. You know, they was something that I wish I had accomplished. I'm happy for them. Every black African I'm happy for your accent and stuff. I'm happy that they get the money.
So I just pulled this up, right? Morgan Freeman insulted Black History Month, the term African American. Morgan Freeman, Black History Month insulted.
Yeah.
So is African American. So is he African American? Morgan Freeman says he doesn't like Black History Month or the term African American and views both as insulting. The actor makes his feelings known in an interview Sunday Times, telling UK publication Black History Month is an insult. You're going to regulate my history to a month. Morgan feels the same way about African American, explaining I don't subscribe to the title. Black people have had different titles all the way back to the N word, and I do not know how these things get such a grip. But everyone uses African American. What does it really mean? Most black people in this part of the world are mongrels, and it says Africa and you say Africa is as if it's a country where your continent like Europe. Morgan made the comment in response to a question about old TV interviews. Um, I just pulled it up to see what he said.
I don't think Morgan Freeman knows what he's talking about.
Well, no, in this article right here, he's saying that he feels like that. Go ahead, Mo.
Okay, I'm gonna
Okay.
speak for Morgan Freeman on this one because I kind of understand what he's saying. Because I hate it when they talk about African American History Month, and the reason being is because it's Black History Month, but it's in February. First of all, the coldest month of the year, and we get a month that only has 28 days. It just shows how racist the United States is because we get the shortest month, the coldest month where we can't even barbecue. I know why it was actually done because it's the history behind it. It's not back to Martin Luther King's birthday in January. It's actually to the guy who created Negro Week in February. But at the same time, he did Negro Week because he wanted to bring light to it. Now you want to give us a month, but now everybody gets a month. You have LGBTQ also has a month in October where they celebrate National Coming Out Day and they get the whole month of October. Women get the whole month of March. Everybody gets their month. It's not about everybody getting their month. It's about bringing everybody together and stop trying to diversify everybody and try and pick out how people are different. It's about time that we come back together and actually talk about what makes us all the same. We're all created by God. It's nothing different about us. We all believe the same way. And what he said is, go ahead, Kev, but what he said was, it's not just Black History Month, it's American history. Everything that we have done has been in American history. Don't just segregate us to February.
Right, and that's the point I was getting ready. That's the point I was getting ready to get across to because he's saying that it shouldn't be just a month. It should be all year long because of all the stuff that we've done for this country. Why?
And I'm not going to listen to an atheist, though.
Well, I mean, that's your choice that's your choice to make. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not. You know, everybody has their higher being and whatever the case may be.
And Christians can't judge him for being atheist. That's what I crack up about. Christians say there's no judge but God, but then they judge everybody on earth who aren't Christians.
Do. You know, he does a lot of bad things too. He can't say something and it means and it should know. You know what I'm saying?
I
love God.
I'm gonna say, this real quick. I'm gonna say this real quick. When stuff happens, people, the first thing people say, "Oh my God." I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna let that simmer for a minute.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let that simmer for a minute. But anyway, we're gonna get back to some football. So Delvin Cook, what is going on with Delvin Cook up in Minnesota? Why is that they trading him, not trading him, keeping him, doing what? Is Delvin Cook over? Did something happen that I missed about Delvin Cook that somebody's not telling us? I mean, you got Elliott
I know. That's
still
what I
out
was
there.
wondering.
You got Elliott still out here waiting to find a job. Delvin Cook, somebody need to tell me what's going on with Delvin Cook. Is they gonna move him? They gonna keep him? You know what I'm saying? I mean, can somebody help me out here?
What do you do?
I need somebody to help me out with the reason about Delvin Cook is
Well, he making too much money.
Well, he making too much money.
They got to pay
so
what's
did,
call it
So you
next
gotta
year.
pay what's next.
No, look at the y'all see the news.
he
They already cut. They
They
already
already
cut.
cut. They already cut.
They cut Thielen already.
They cut Thielen already.
yeah, they cut Thielen. So you talking about they got to pay Jefferson?
They got to pay
Is that what you're talking
Jefferson.
They gotta pay
Yeah.
Jefferson.
And they're also thinking about
And they're
that
also
at the
thinking
same
about
time. They're thinking about that Madison showed last year he was just as good as Cook.
He was just as good as Cook.
Say that again.
That Madison, his backup, was just as good as Cook last year.
Too. He is, man.
I'm not sold on Madison for real.
I ain't either.
I'm not sold on him. And if I'm going to take one or the other, I'm taking Delvin Cook. And the reason I'm saying is because I had Madison on my fantasy football league, and he did poorly. And I'm not saying that's why I'm taking Delvin Cook over him, but Delvin Cook is he's a guy that can break it in a minute. And if that's why they're trying to get rid of him because of the money situation, I understand. But at the same token, though, did you ask him to take a pay cut? If you say, I need you to take a pay cut so we can pay Jefferson, he'd be like, cool. Because we gonna still be able to win. What you need to do is worry about the damn quarterback you got. That's what you need to worry about.
Yeah.
You need to do something. You need to do something about that quarterback.
But you still think they come back, though. Though.
Stop.
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 Dalvin
Like
ain't
I
gonna take a
told
pay cut.
like I told Dana at the end of
You
the
might
season.
as well
Go ahead, Dana.
Miami.
Oh my,
Dude.
because y'all got everything. I mean, y'all got everything but a quarterback.
Right.
Y'all got everything.
Right.
It's,
Whoa.
yeah, y'all can
Hey.
just get somebody to make
Hey.
games. And
They
y'all
one
be winning.
concussion away.
No way.
They always one concussion away.
So I'm looking. I'm trying to see. I'm trying to look at. They don't have. I'm looking for his yards. I mean, I'm looking to see how much we ran for, but it's not giving no information on the yardage that he did. But I'm really shocked because I think Delvin Cook still got some time to shine.
Dalvin Cook last
Minutes-
year, 1,173 yards.
173 yards.
How many games did he play?
Good question.
Good question.
Going back to the stats. Give me a
Back
minute.
to the
Here.
stats. Give me a minute.
Really? 7. He was
No, I think he played a few. I think he played a few games last year.
Few games last year.
Of course, it took me to ESPN.
ESPN.
ESPN stats. If we ever get anything from ESPN, they need to get better stats.
Get the stats.
Yeah, that definitely. Let me look at something real quick.
Pro Football Reference has the best stats out there.
That's the best stats out
Yeah.
there.
All right, he played last year. He played all 17 games.
All 17 games.
He had 1,000 and what?
1,173. See, that's what it was. Difference last year. The year before that, he only games, and he had 1,159. But 2 years ago, when he was on my fantasy team, when I won the championship, he had 1,557 yards and 16 touchdowns.
But you know what? Though the difference is that they was down by 33 points and they wasn't giving him the football. They had to throw it. They had to throw the football. They had to throw the football. Give them, yo,
No,
I'm gonna tell you right now.
last year they were winning. Remember, they win about one score every game.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the game. Where
I'm going to look at Madison
I'm gonna look at Madison
because I think he actually did step up last year.
He did step up last year.
Okay.
He got more carries last year.
But I tell you what, though, Dalvin Cook ain't done. And And if
Far from it.
you trade him,
Through Miami.
you're looking at you can get two picks. You get two picks for Delvin. We can get, we can get two picks.
Jiggy with it. We clap the NFL, we go. Hey, Will.
Danny, you want everybody.
Okay, I guess I didn't watch the Minnesota last year.
At all. I want a Super Bowl in my lifetime.
I think everybody on the show did.
I've seen my team go to 3.
Huh?
He's talking about he wants a Super Bowl in his lifetime. I see my team go to 3. Only problem is, I mean, I didn't see the 78, 79 Super Bowl wins. I was alive, but I ain't gonna remember that I was 2 and 3.
That's the one that cheated. That's when they cheated the Rams. It was 19-11 at halftime, and it ended up being 31-19. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay.
Oh, y'all had 19 at halftime?
And going forward, so we got everybody know that Jalen Hurts got paid today. He got what was it? He got a 5-year contract extension for $255 million. Record 51 million per season, and he got
$180 million guaranteed.
he got 179.304 million guaranteed and no trade clause. That's huge. No trade clause is huge. That's huge right there. And guys, if you don't know,
he had a woman agent too.
She's cute. She's cute. That's all I got to say about she's cute. And this is a dude that at the beginning of the season, the front office said he's auditioning to be our quarterback for the future. I'll never forget they said that. I will never forget they said that. He took him to the playoffs the year before that.
I remember that too.
Yep. They took him to the play. He took him to the playoffs the year before that, lost to Tampa Bay, had opportunities to win that game. If they just put in a couple run plays for Jalen Hurts, and they probably could have won that game because Tampa wasn't that strong that year. But I remember them saying.
But you know what?
Go ahead.
When they pick, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
When they picked Carson Hurst, when he picked Jalen Hurst, and Carson Hurst said, "I'm your quarterback of the future," and that coach said, "Yeah, right."
He was a quarterback of the future for Philly.
Yeah, remember Carson Hurst?
Carson Wentz.
You mean Carson Wentz? Carson Wentz.
Wentz, Carson, whatever.
He's looking for a job right now, I think.
Hey, he always finds one.
He finds one. Straight job I'm doing. Disability.
So Jalen Hurts gets paid. Now the question mark remains: what did Lamar Jackson get? What do Justin Herbert get? What do Joe Burrows get? Do they get down? Joe Burrows went to Super Bowl and lost. Jalen Hurts went to Super Bowl and lost. Lamar Jackson won the MVP, but he hasn't been to Super Bowl. Justin Herbert, he I don't know about him.
He should get the money.
I want to believe in Justin. But when you're up 27-6 and you lose, and you
27-0.
20. No, they scored before halftime.
No, but they're down 27-0. They were up 27-0. It didn't matter.
Yeah, but I'm just saying they scored before halftime, so that's why I say it was 27-6 at Harris or whatever it was. But you go and fire the defensive coordinator, but you don't do nothing to the offensive coordinator because the head coach is a defensive coordinator. You can't fire him, but you fire the offensive coordinator. Make this make sense to me. It doesn't really make sense to me. That's one job I think that's probably one job that we can feel like we can pretty much say that he might be on a hot seat. Let them start slow this year. And they paid some money out to a lot of players. So but again, we want to congratulate Jalen Hurts for getting his money. I love every minute of it. I'm not an Eagle fan, but I'm a Jalen Hurts fan. And because you talk trash about Jalen Hurts, the front office for the Philadelphia Eagles, you paid them well. You did. I got to clap it up for you.
Golf clap.
Some run.
I'm happy. You know, y'all stepped up and gave the man his money. You know what I'm saying? Now you got to figure out how to get the rest of the team to be winners again, because I think that this might be the year for the Cowboys to win that division because of all the players that the Eagles kind of lost defensively.
Be happy with that.
So
Who was that, Lou?
so my question to you guys is,
Yeah.
who do you think is going to get? Do you think Joe Burrows will get a? Will Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrows, or Justin Herbert break the bank, or will they get more money than Jalen Hurts got?
They ain't gonna get no more than
Joe Burrows is gonna get
Joe
paid,
Burrows is gonna get paid.
and I know his name is Burrow,
And I
but
know
he's
his
gonna
name
be
is
Burrows
Burrows.
after he
He's
get
gonna be
paid.
Burrows after he get paid.
Lou, who you think gonna get paid? Who you think gonna get the bigger contract? Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrows, or Justin Herbert?
I'd go with Justin.
Justin. Okay. Mr. Davidson, who you got? Lamar, Joe, or Justin?
I'm gonna say, because it's just athletic, I'm gonna say Joe Burrow, because that kid came out of nowhere and just blew everybody up.
Okay. Dana, who you got?
I'm going Taylor.
You going who?
Taylor.
I didn't hear you.
Taylor hurt.
He already got paid, Dana. I'm saying the question was.
Oh.
Well, you did put him in there, Kev,
Put him in there, Kev.
the first time.
I said Lamar, Joe, and Justin. Justin Herbert.
Well, get paid that.
Okay, Joe gonna get the bigger contract out the three: Lamar, Joe, and Justin.
Right.
Okay. I have to agree with you guys. I think Joe will too. So, talking about the NFL, still on the NFL, and
Before we go to that, Kev, I just want to mention one thing.
I mentioned
The reason that Joe Burrow is going to make that money, and the reason he might get a guaranteed contract, is because they want to keep him and Jamar Chase together. So because they know if they lose Joe Burrow, they're going to lose Chase as well.
They're going to lose Chase as well.
Oh yeah, it was a fun.
I have an article. It says NFL report card bombshells and brass owners will hold them accountable. So I'm not gonna talk about this because this is really thick. This is like an 8-page article. So I'm gonna post it on the page. So hopefully you guys take an opportunity to read that in the near future and let you know about how the NFL owners they're not held accountable. So now we know why the commissioner of the NFL got a new paycheck. YouTube announced the price of new Sunday Ticket Red Zone package.
Oh yeah.
It says here. This is what it says here. Listen to this. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell speaks media sports. The NFL is moving to Sunday Ticket package to YouTube beginning next season, and we now know how much viewers will have to pay to access it. YouTube on Tuesday announced the pricing of the Sunday Ticket. Those who subscribe for YouTube and those who purchase a package prior to June 6th will receive a discount. YouTube TV subscriber price for Sunday Ticket is $349 for the season without the red zone and $389 with. Non-YouTube subscribers will pay $100 more. The discount for paying early is $100 for both YouTube and non-YouTube subscribers. Here's a full breakdown. For comparison, Sunday Ticket cost you $300 through DirecTV last season. There was $400 option that included a red zone channel that had been replaced with the NFL Red Zone and Fantasy Zone channel. These are some talks of Sunday Tickets. could include one major option, but it's not happening in 2023. So Mo, since you've been getting the NFL ticket for free, how do we go about
Wow.
how do we go about YouTube getting it for free?
See, if I give you all my sources, then that messes up my sources, right? But my source is legit. My source legitimately actually gets it for us. I keep telling you guys, look at Apollo Group TV. It's worth it. You get everything.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. All right. So guys, so I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna probably pay it. I'm I'm a, and see, this is my thing. The reason why I the reason why I do it, the reason why I got the NFL package because I can leave my house and record the game and come back and watch it again. And that's my only reason why I don't have a fire stick. That's the reason why I don't have anything like that because you're not allowed to record the games on there. And so if I'm not gonna be home every day, every Sunday at 1 o'clock, you know what I'm saying? And even though I mean watching on my phone or whatever the case may be, I want to record the game so I can watch it later on down the line. So that's my only issue. Go ahead, Mo.
With Apollo Group TV, it's just like streaming. After that day is over, it's available to you all the time.
The day what?
The day after, just like streaming.
Well, I want to watch it tonight. That night, I want to. I don't.
After the game is over, you can watch it. But it's not like at 2 o'clock you come in and you can watch one until two. You can't do that. But after the game is over at 4, it's recorded the whole thing. Usually in about an hour, you can go back and watch the whole game.
So I gotta wait an hour.
Okay, go ahead and pay your $400, bro. I can wait an hour to save $400. I'm just saying.
Oh man! All right, guys. So it is 8:07, and how's your NBA team doing? So Detroit, did they fire Dwayne Casey? I don't know if he got fired or not. Anybody know if Dwayne Casey got fired? I don't think he did. I think only because did he get
I
fired?
didn't see it.
Yes, he did get fired because they're doing interviews. They talk to people to replace him.
Yeah.
So he's fired. Billy Donovan. I'm gonna say this. Billy Donovan should get a pass. Okay. Who should get fired is the front office because they never figured out how to replace Melo Ball at the point guard. Because you guys remember this. Before Melo got hurt, Chicago had the best record in the NBA 2 years ago, 3 years, whenever he was playing. And they saying this could be a career-ending injury for him because they don't even know if he'll be able to come back next year. So Chicago need to figure out. Go ahead, Dana.
Wait a minute. Should we ask Dana who drafted Lonzo Ball and who was he drafted in front of?
Dana, you want to answer that question? Yeah. Who drafted him and who got drafted in front of him?
No, who got drafted right behind him?
Right behind him.
Lakers drafted him. The Fox was before him.
Markel Fultz went at 1.
Um,
Lonzo Ball went 2 to who? Who took him at the second pick?
Lakers.
Who was number 3?
All right. Boston.
Who they picked, Dana? You go.
I say Boston took. I say Boston took Jalen. What was
Now you can say
Jalen.
his name.
Not Jalen. Jason.
Thompson. I'll be Tatum.
You can say it. Yeah.
Mhm.
So real quick before we go back into this, I was watching an interview with Jalen, with Sham, whatever his name is, and before he got drafted, he said everywhere that the kid from Kentucky, what's his name? That's in the New
Bob.
no, he's in New Orleans right now. He
No,
got drafted
no,
from
you're talking about
No,
Jalen Brown, not
Jalen
Tatum.
Brown.
Jalen
Not
Brown.
J-
Tatum.
yeah,
Yeah,
no,
Jalen
he
Brown.
no,
followed. He followed.
Followed, um,
Mount,
Shoot,
shoot.
oh, Jalen,
Brandon.
Brandon.
Brandon, Ingram, Brandon
Yeah,
Ingram.
Ingram. Yeah, he followed
Yeah,
Ingram. He wanted to
followed
be.
him.
He wanted Ingram to go. He go the next day.
He go the next day.
Yeah, yeah, wherever Ingram would go, for workout, Jalen would go after him. He said because he wanted to show them how good he was compared to um Brandon Ingram because Brandon Ingram went before he went before Jalen Brown, right? So he said I wanted to prove to them what type of basketball player I was, and I was like that was really smart of what he did because he actually went to the right team for real, for real. But he's in the interview he said that Danny Ainge had already told him they was picking him at that spot because I remember him getting drafted, and I was like, who the hell is this guy from Cal? So I had to go back and watch some film. I said, yo, all that I know is he got a kid and play haircut. That's all I knew, right? It's like, okay. I said he's a work in progress. But he came here with a mission to be one of the greatest basketball players that Boston's ever had. And I think he's on his way to be that guy. He's the only guy, and I'm saying this because I'm a Celtic fan, and I know there's probably been other players, but he's the only guy I ever seen come to Boston and improve every year in a different manner. Um, it's just that he knows what he needs to improve on. Now I think that he's gonna probably bulk up a little bit more next year because he want to play bully ball. But watching the interview, I learned a lot about this kid, man. He's really down to earth, and he said, "Yeah, I just want to play basketball." He said, "Me and Jalen," he said, "Me and Jason are like brothers." He said, "Me and Marcus is like brothers that always fight all the time. We never, we get headlocks. We want to go fist fight." He said, "But that I know that when it comes to it, he got my back." You know what I'm saying? And so that interview kind of made me understand him a little bit better as a person and also as a basketball player. So, but getting back to Chicago, I think Billy Donovan he signed a contract extension. I think he give him another year to figure out who the point guard going to be. Okay. Um, Next up was they said Nick Nurse. He probably will stay. I don't think he's moving anywhere. Um, Doc Rivers for the Sixers is on. Go ahead, Mo.
About Nick Nurse though. He actually came out and was talking about his future. And Toronto is just like, you with us. Like, what's going on here? Why you talking about your future? Well, we ain't saying nothing about your future. So they thought that was kind of skeptical when he said that.
Yeah, and if he leaves, they talk about Mike D'Antonio being the coach for them. But you gonna hear Mike D'Antonio's name mentioned a whole lot if he no for Toronto. But again with the 76ers, you're gonna hear his name a lot if he if Doc Rivers names on the hot seat too. Um, the only way Doc Rivers stays in Philly is they got to go to the NBA Finals, and regardless if they lose or not, he's still gonna stay because they're gonna say, look, let's finish, let's go at this thing again next year. Let's figure out how we can get back here again next year. But anything less than that, I think that he's probably outside looking in. So Doc Rivers is on the hot seat. The coach Jamal Mosley for Orlando, I'm like keep him around because they're right there at the brink of getting with Wambe, and that could be what the dude from the rookie of the year could be. That could be nice. That could be really nice.
Man, I'm hoping he goes to OKC.
Yeah, my thing is he can go out west. He can go anywhere out west because that means we only see him twice a year, unless they make the playoffs.
Him and Chet together, that would be crazy.
I know.
With Shea Gillis and what you call it, Ed Goody, that could be a nasty squad.
Oh my God, yes. And we're gonna talk about who could be in that run in to get him. Now the coach that got fired, Nick McMillan of the Hawks, Steve Nash of the Nets. Steve Nash should have never got the damn job in the first place. He went for Stacey Abrams. You can't go from Sneakers Stacey Adams overnight. I'm sorry. Nate McMillan got fired because him and the light skinned dude down there, no point in telling, they couldn't get along. But now you got my man Quinn Snyder there, right? If you guys watch the game on what they play Saturday, right? Was it Sunday? Sunday. He had a black shirt on that say Atlanta nothing. They have the symbol, the logo, nothing on his shirt. So he know his time there is probably gonna be short. I don't know. I'm just saying. Just watch it. Just watch what's going on. Right. Let's go. Let's see what's going on with this thing. Right. So those are the coaches that are pretty much on the hot seat. Dana, your boy, he's safe. Ham's safe for right now. But we got some games going. We got some games tonight. So Dana, I'm going to ask you about. Let me see. So the game started on Saturday. So the game's on Saturday. Dana, who was your all-star player in the game with Brooklyn against Philadelphia? Who was the player that you looked at that's like, wow, he's balling right now? I don't know who he played for, Dana. You're being silent here.
Who?
The Brooklyn versus Sixers game. Who's that one player that showed up and showed out in that game?
Right?
Yeah. Okay.
That's in bed.
Okay. Davidson, who you think showed up and showed out in that Sixers game? Sixers gets. Go ahead.
I think Mr. Bed because he playing good ball. He playing better than somebody that traded for him, and I think he's got mental issues.
Who did you say?
I call him Captain Bed. You know, I forgot his name. But,
James Harden.
And stuff.
James Harden.
He got mental problems. He is. He could be better for no more.
You talking about James Harden? Okay.
Yeah, James Harden.
Lou, who you think? Okay. I'm going next. I'm gonna say Mikal Bridges showed up and showed out only because he played with the Sixers, and I think that because of the way he played, he's gonna give him the business again tonight. Mo,
You're wrong.
you got?
That's why you went first. That's why you went first. Because he was drafted by the 76ers and traded for for Zaire Smith. Stupid trade. That's what the 76ers do. That's what Philly does. All right, I'm gonna give somebody credit in Philly. Tobias Harris. He played the perfect game. He played within himself. He had 21, 4 and 4. It was impactful, but I'm actually gonna go with PJ Tucker. 7 rebounds, 6 points, 2 assists, but he was everywhere. He was taking charges. He was actually getting timely rebounds. He was the one that was playing great defense while everybody else was balling. He was actually getting their scoring because he actually was setting great picks and also just being in the right place. He had a couple of back-to-back threes, I think, for his 6 points too, that were really impactful. That actually started that run.
Okay, so Mo, real quick, who you got winning the series?
I can't stand Philly. But I got Philly winning in 5.
In 5.
Maybe 4.
4. Mo, 4. Dana, what you got?
I got Philly. I have Philly in 4.
Mr. Davidson, what you got?
In 5.
Lou, what you got?
I did it in 7.
You said 7? Okay. I say Philly in 5. Okay. Next up, you had the Atlanta Falcons at the Boston Celtics. Dana, who was that player that showed up and showed out for you? Winning team or losing team? Who was that player?
I'm gonna go with that. What's that? Not it was the Hawks. I can't remember his name.
Deontay Murray or Trae Young?
Yeah,
Deontay Murray.
Murray. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I like Murray too. Mo.
Definitely got to go with my boy
Definitely got
Derek
to go
White.
with my boy Derek White.
24, 7, and 5.
7, and 5.
He was the perfect
He was
complementary
the
player to
perfect
Jalen Brown
complimentary
and
player
Jason
to Jalen
Tatum.
Brown and
He
Jason
made
Tatum.
everybody's life
He
easier.
made
That's why we're
everybody's life
about 30.
easier. That's why we're about 30.
Okay. Lou, what you got?
White. Go White.
Okay. Davidson, who you got?
I know Tatum. Tatum is just a smooth with his shot.
Okay. Dana, who you got winning the series between the Celtics and the Hawks?
I got it. So, the Hawks. The Hawks lost.
Celtics in what?
So 5.
Mo.
It should be Celtics in 4, but
Celtics 4.
I think they'll give up a one game because they haven't lost a game in the first round in like 3 years.
In like 3 years.
So I think they'll actually
So
lose
I
one
think
this
they'll
time.
actually lose one this time.
Okay, Lou.
I think they're sweet.
Mr. Davidson, what you got?
I'm gonna go with lose. Celtics in a sweep.
And I'm gonna say the same thing. I think Boston sweeps them because they're on a mission right now. And I think the reason why they try to go for a sweep so that gives Al Horford some time off, that give Robert Williams some time off. So I think if they can end this thing in 4, they do it. Next up, New York Knickerbockers against the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'm telling you right now, I'm going first on this one. Jalen Brunson is the baddest dude that the Dallas Mavericks never signed. That has got to be the stupidest thing they've ever done. I mean, it just doesn't make. How do you let this kid walk? And then you think you're gonna fix it by bringing Kyrie Irving to that team? No, yo, somebody need to kick Mark Cuban square up in the buttocks because he made a bad decision on this one. I'm going with Jalen Brunson on this one right here. I'm going with Jalen Brunson, and I'm gonna go with the Knicks. I'm gonna go with Jalen Brunson. I'm gonna go with the Knicks, and I'm gonna go with the Knicks in 6. Dana, who you got? Who was your superstar for?
I have the Knicks. Oh yeah, Bronson. Bronson was killing them.
And what you got the Knicks in?
I got the Knicks in 5.
Ooh, damn. Mo, who's your player and what you got?
I didn't watch the game, but I
I
did
didn't
see the
watch the game,
stats.
but I did see the
So I was
stats.
surprised with Josh
I was
Hart scoring
surprised with Josh
17
Hart scoring 17
and getting 10 rebounds.
and getting 10
So I'm
rebounds.
guessing he played a lot of
So I'm
good
guessing he
defense.
played a lot of
It
good
wasn't
defense.
on Donovan
It
Mitchell
wasn't
who
on
got
Donovan
38, I'm
Mitchell who
guessing.
got 38, I'm guessing.
But at the same time,
But at
I
the
got to
same
go.
time,
I'm still
I
going
got
to
to
go with the
go. I'm
Cavs
still
in
going to go
7,
with
though.
the Cavs in 7, though.
Cavs in 7. Lou, your New York Knickerbockers, buddy, what you got them for?
I'm going Jalen, and I'm going to say 5.
Knicks in 5. Mr. Davidson, what you got?
Man, Boston is sweet, man. I mean, what you could is the stupidest person on the planet right there for that trade. I'm gonna say Knicks in 5.
Knicks in 5. Okay, Golden State of Sacramento. I'm gonna go again. DeAndre Fox is the real deal. I knew he was a real deal when he played against.
Thank you, Magic Johnson.
When DeAndre Fox, when DeAndre Fox
Didn't the
went
Lakers take
off.
another point guard before De'Aaron Fox?
Yeah, they did. and DeAndre Fox ate Melo Ball up in the tournament. I was like, yo, I'm done. Melo is not the dude that I thought he was. DeAndre Fox played one heck of a game. And I'm gonna say this: if the Kings can run, they're gonna win. Kings got they average the most points in the NBA. They got the worst defense in the NBA, but they play the Golden State Warriors, who's second in the offense, who has the next to the last defense in the NBA. So you're gonna see a lot of scoring going on here. I don't know if Wiggins is in basketball shape, right? So I'm gonna go with I think the Kings. I want to say I want to say 5, but I'm not gonna say 5. I'm gonna say Kings in 7. I'm gonna take the Kings in 7. Kings in 7. Dana, what you got?
I got the Warriors. I got the Warriors in 7.
Mo.
I hate to say it, but I agree with Dana. Malik Monk is not going to score 32 points again. It's just not going to happen. So I see the Warriors actually, because Wiggins going to get his legs under him. They're going to put somebody on Fox. They're going to probably bring whatchamacallit off the bench on him, Gary Payton, putting him on Fox, and they're actually going to win in 7.
Lou, what you got?
Kings in 7.
Kings in 7. Mr. Davidson.
Okay. Damon Green on somebody. It's gonna be Golden State in 7.
Warriors in 7. All right, before we move on to the next round of playoffs, let's do this real quick.
Hello, and thank you for tuning into the In the Zone Sports Talk Show Network, LLC, where you can find the best in sports talk television and radio shows. Mondays, check out the Just Us Sports Talk Show from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with your hosts, Kevin L. Dixon and Dana Clark. Then Tuesday, we have the Stars Talking Cowboys Sports Show from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern with your hosts, Sean Fox, K Boogie, and Cowboys Nikki. And on Wednesday, tune in for the Out the Block Sports Talk Show from 8:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with hosts Robert Lewis, Donna Hainsworth, and Brett Shields. Then meet up with us on Saturday for the Enhanced Sports Talk Show from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern with hosts Lou Tenor and Steve Davidson. We also have the DMV Sports Talk Show from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern with your host Razul McGee. As well, we have the Shamrock Sports Talk Show from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern with Igor Mitic and Andy Vernon. Finally, rounding out the week, we have on Sunday, That's Not How We See It Sports Talk Show from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern with your host, Alfred Wallace, Tony Wallace, and Harold Robinson III. These shows come to you by way of the In the Zone Sports Talk Show Network, LLC. Be sure to download the Try99 TV app on any smart device and subscribe to In the Zone Sports Talk Television. The cost is $4.95. Thank you in advance for your support.
All right, so we're back. Next up, Dana, is your club. The Los Angeles Lakers versus Memphis Grizzlies. Hachimura was the game. That dude he did his thing, 29 points. Jared Jack or Brooks said he can't. I bet he can't do it again. Even Austin Reeves, he said in the fourth quarter, I am the man. He said, I am the man. I was like, oh, look at him.
I am him.
I was like, oh, look at him. Look at him. I say, oh, he talking a lot of trash. He talking a lot of trash. So we're gonna see. So I got the Grizzlies in 7. Only if John Moran comes back and play. If he's out, I don't think they can win the series without him. Dana, this is your boys. Tell me, what you got? Who's your player, all-star player of the series?
Austin Reeves.
Austin Reeves, okay. And what you got? What you got the Lakers in 7? Or you got the Lakers losing?
Lakers in 5.
Lakers in 5. Lou, what you got?
Lakers in 6.
Lakers in 6. Mo.
I got to go with Rui, man. Rui played hard. Even though Austin Reeves was that dude in the fourth quarter, Rui played his butt off. I've never seen him play that well. I hope whatchamacallit comes back, because if the Lakers actually start getting some legs under them and actually feel like they could win the West. So I'm saying Grizzlies in 6 because I don't want to see the Lakers get out of the West. It would be amazing to have Celtics versus Lakers in another finals, though.
That's what Rondo said. He said, I want the Lakers and Celtics. He said, because that's going to determine who gets number 18.
Yep.
Mr. Davidson, what you got?
Well, go back and we did a stop. And basketball. I'm going to say Lakers in 5.
Lakers in 5. Okay.
There you go.
Next up, we got the Miami Heat against the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, Giannis, they said that our MRI came back negative, but they'll see how he does going forward. Now, Miami has lost Tyler Hero, which is huge. That's really big for them. So you got, if Tyler's not there, somebody got to step up. I don't know who's gonna step up and do that stuff for him. I think this is a hurt piece for Miami. Miami definitely didn't want to play Boston, being that home court was going to be in Boston if we went to Game 7. I think that was the case because they played with no emotions in that game against whoever they lost to in the first round, was the Bulls or whoever.
Miami in 6. I have.
So I have Jimmy Butler. But you know what though? I love about Jimmy. It looked like he plays with no effort though. Does he sweat? Does Jimmy Butler sweat?
He was sweating Game 7 versus Celtics. That boy was tired. That boy was tired because he played all 48 minutes.
That game yesterday, he was a smooth operator. So I give Jimmy Butler the all-star player of the game. But I'm gonna go with the Bucks in 6 because if the Bucks lose, then he might be asking the exit stage right. Don't be surprised. Right now, second quarter, as a minute and 35 seconds left. You got the Brooklyn Nets up 45, Philadelphia 39. To have 39 points in 2 quarters, that's ugly basketball, guys. That's some ugly basketball. That's some real ugly basketball. Dana, what you got for the Bucks in Miami?
I got when Giannis don't come back, I got the Bucks in 7. When Giannis comes back, I got them in 4. No, they already lost.
Well, I mean, yeah, they did lose, but they can't. They can win the next 4. You can say 5. You can say 5 if you want to.
Okay, I have the Bucks in 6.
Okay, it's 6. Mr. Davidson, what you got?
Yes.
I got stop here, so I'm gonna go with Miami in an upset 7.
Ooh, Miami in 7. I'm gonna try to post this too on the page. Lou, what you gonna do?
Bucks in 6.
Mo?
If Giannis plays next game, it's going to be Bucks in 5. If Giannis does not play next game, it's Bucks in 7.
Okay. All right, so we got next. We got the Los Angeles Clippers against the Phoenix Suns. And I'm gonna say this right now.
Well,
Kawhi stepped up.
so
But,
hurt.
but I'm gonna tell you this right. My man,
Almost work watching
my
that.
man, my man, Westbrook. He was bricking, but he's playing good defense. So I give game ball to him. I'm gonna say the Clippers. Okay, let me put this down. Dixon, Clippers in 6. Because that pick and roll and the thing about it is the pick and roll they do with Chris Paul, Chris Paul can't do anything. He just can't do anything like this.
And it made the way try to tear his strength zone.
And this is why I think that Kyrie Irving's going to end up he might end up in Phoenix if him and KD are cool. He might end up in Phoenix because I think Chris Paul going to probably hang it up after next year. Because he got a no trade clause. They're like, "Yo, we're gonna trade you, or we just gonna let you go." Simple as that. Davis, who you got in this one?
I got Clippers. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, it is me, right?
Yep, it's you.
Okay, it's Clippers in 6. Far too short.
And what's the most impressive thing is they don't have Paul George, and if they get Paul George in the next series around, they're gonna be even tougher to play. And I wouldn't be surprised if you see the two teams from the same city in the finals, in the Western Conference Finals. That would be a sight to see. Kawhi against LeBron. Ooh, smoking.
Oh my God.
Smoking. Lou, who you got? In how many games?
5.
Ooh, that means they're gonna win. They gotta win 4 in a row. Mo.
It's doable.
First of all, going back to the Miami game, you got to give Kevin Love a big thing because he scored 18 points. And I was mad when we didn't pick him up when he got cut from Cleveland.
Because he didn't want to come. He didn't want to come to Boston.
Well, it don't matter if you want to come. You make an offer. You make it off. But okay, for the Clippers versus the Suns, I went with Eric Gordon. Eric Gordon was sniping. And he hit some big free throws at the end of the game. I got the Clippers in 6. Because if it goes 7, Phoenix got that home court.
Dana, what you got?
The Clippers and Kings.
Yeah, Clippers and Phoenix.
I mean, Clippers is.
Yep.
Oh man, I got the Clippers, man. Why looking like corrupt choir?
Big games, you got to win.
Listen, I got everything.
Okay. And Minnesota against Denver, I think everybody's going for Denver. Is anybody not going for Denver in that series?
Nope.
Okay,
That was a waste of time, man.
So my question to you guys is right here. Who has the most pressure to win the NBA title right now between Kevin Durant, who's in the East Coast? Who's in the East? Joel Embiid. Those two guys. Who do you think has the most pressure to win? Lou.
I say Joe.
What'd you say, Lou?
I say Durant.
You say Durant. Okay. Dana, who you say?
I go Durant.
So I didn't get a chance to ask Lou. Lou, why do you think Durant has the most pressure to win?
Well, Kevin Durant can win. Yeah.
Dana, why do you think there's more pressure for Kevin Durant than Embiid?
Because they love Embiid. Nobody loves Durant for switching. Durant wouldn't even have to go through this if he would have stayed with the Warriors.
I agree with that.
He wouldn't even have to go through this. But now he want to prove that, okay, you it. You got to win now. You got to win.
Okay.
But you're not going to win because you had that human piece of kryptonite with you named Chris Paul.
Davis, who you got?
Embiid, because this is your first one. This is like your last chance. And Durant didn't come to the Washington Wizards where he should have went.
That's not Davis. Stop. It's not happening. He's only time you're gonna see Kevin Durant in Washington is he's playing against y'all or he's sitting in the stands. But he won't be playing for Washington. That'll never happen. That's too. He don't want that type of pressure. He don't want that. Mo, who do you think got the most pressure?
It's all on Embiid, man.
Man.
You can't beat a fictional figure if you can't win a championship. You can never beat Rocky in Philly unless you win something, man.
Oh,
I hate Philly. People in Philly.
So
we're gonna have no fans. None.
So I'm gonna say this. I think there's more pressure on. I think it's more pressure on both of them because I'm gonna say why I think it's more pressure on both of them. But I'm gonna tell you who I think has the most pressure. I think Embiid. This is probably the best team Embiid will ever be on right now. Okay, so if that doesn't happen, there's rumors that James Harden may leave to go somewhere else. I don't think he's going to Houston because Houston ain't ready. Houston's getting ready to get a new coach, which might be Sam Cassell. But I don't know if he's ready to rebuild again. I don't think he's past that stage of rebuilding. I wouldn't be surprised if I see. I wouldn't be surprised if Embiid, I'm not Embiid, but James Harden ends up going to Portland. I'm just letting you know that because my man made some comments about going somewhere else. So I think there's pressure on both of them to come through. There's more pressure on Kevin Durant because Kevin Durant has Chris Paul, point guard. He has Devin Booker, who can shoot the ball as well. He has the talent around him. But again, I'm gonna say this again. Kevin Durant, I like you as a person, but you are riding the bus. You're not the bus driver again. You're not the bus driver. You're riding the bus, bro. You're not the bus driver. Like Dana said, go ahead, Mo. Mo got something to say. Go ahead, Mo.
Well, I'm just thinking.
Think
about one team that he already. Not Houston. But has a lot of young talent around it.
But they're not. But okay, so let me ask you a question. If James Harden goes back to Houston, right?
No, not to Houston.
Oh, who you talking about?
OKC.
Going back to OK. Ooh,
Where it all started. Giddey doesn't need the ball. Shea Alexander doesn't need the ball. He's gonna have two bigs that can shoot threes, and if they get Wembanyama.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
And win a championship for OKC. That'd be crazy.
Getting back to who got the most pressure. KD to me got the most pressure because he didn't win a title when he's in Brooklyn. Okay.
Yeah.
Steph won a title without him. Okay. So they said Steph is that dude now. He's a dude. Because even though if KD wins the title, he still ain't did it by himself. If KD would have stayed in Golden State when both Thompson and Kerr was hurt, and even if he got him in the playoffs, and even if they lost, his legacy would be good. He says he doesn't care about his legacy, but I beg to differ. But the thing about it is, you always want to come to Boston and play with Jason Tatum. And it's like, yo, we're not giving up Jaylen Brown for you. You stay hurt too much. You only play, he wouldn't. Kevin Durant would never be in the conversation again for the most valuable player because he would never play 65 games. He would play less than that going forward. He would never play 65 games because he gets hurt too much. But I think the pressure is on Kevin Durant more so than Embiid. There's more pressure on Doc Rivers than it is on Embiid because if they don't go to the NBA Finals, Doc's probably gone. But Kevin Durant wanted to go to Phoenix, so now that's where he wanted to go. So now he's in Phoenix. He got what he wants. Let's see him ball out. Let's see him ball this thing out. But you're playing against the Clippers, who don't have don't have Paul George right now. And you got Eric Gordon snapping up. You got my man Westbrook doing his thing, defensively doing his thing. This thing, if Westbrook can hit some shots, it's a done deal. So there's a lot of pressure on to me, KD to win another title. Not that it's gonna mess up his legacy, and for him to make a comment that he don't care about his legacy, I gotta disagree with him on that. I really do have to disagree with him on that. I really do have to disagree with him on that. So next up, we got time to talk about Zion Williams.
Oh yeah. Oh man.
I remember
McDonald's.
My boy Anthony T. Baltimore said, he showed me this film. He said, look at this dude right here. He gonna be the best thing. He gonna be the next LeBron James. I said, Dana, you remember the conversation we had? I said, he can dunk the basketball. I said, but show me some defense. I ain't see no defense. He gets in the NBA first year. He does his thing for a little bit, then he gets hurt. Then he plays a little bit more, then he gets hurt again. And I'm gonna say this: I think all of us have played sports at some time in our life, and we know how important stretching is when it comes to you playing any kind of sport. For you to pull your hamstring, that means you're not doing the things you're supposed to do. That means you're not probably eating bananas, you're not taking no potassium, and you're down to eating crawfish, catfish, all kind of fish. You're eating lobster tail, jambalaya, eating the scripts, eating alligator, crocodile, eating all that. Dolphin, octopus, eating all that down there. Eating all that down there. He eating all that down there because it's all down there. Trust me. I know it's down there because I've been down there and I ate it. But my man CJ McCollum called him out. And he makes an interview and says, I'm physically ready, but my mind has an issue with the hamstring. Of course you have a problem with your hamstring because if you pull your hamstring again, the more you pull your hamstring, the harder it is to come back from that. So Zion, sit your behind down, get your body in shape, and come back and be the baller that everybody think you can be next season, because that's what they're gonna look for. But he suckered the Pelicans in just like what's the kid that went to Philadelphia? Ben Simmons suckered him in all that money. You know what I'm saying?
And at least Greg Jones tried to play. He from Ohio State.
Like the Jamaicans say, he's thieving money. He's thieving money. You know what I'm saying? But I would have never gave Zion Williams that kind of money. I ain't in your pocket, brother, but you ain't showed me enough to make me want to give you a contract extension. If you want to leave, then leave. I'll let him go. And they would have been people probably been mad about it. But I gotta do what's best for my team. The GM that's down there, Gilbert, is that his name that was with Cleveland? He said, I'm so disappointed in this young man right now. Every time he comes in, a hamburger drops out of his pocket. They say every time I see him drinking something, he thinks a protein shake is a strawberry or vanilla shake. You know, I gotta ask this question to Zion. Like I had to ask this question to Ben Simmons. Do you love basketball or do you just like it? Do you like everything that comes along with basketball? The sexy women driving the cars, all the extra stuff that come along with playing the game, the travel. Do you love that? You know, when Australia told Ben Simmons, "Yo, don't even worry about coming and playing. Just to relax, man. Take this time off. We can win this. We can do without you." You know what I'm saying? That should have said something to Ben Simmons at that point in time. I don't know if that's the exact words they said, but it's pretty much close to it.
And I think LeBron was scared him. I think they really scared him. They said, "Let me show you who a real player is." Because remember, at the end, they were playing somebody, and they said, take the shot." When he froze, and then I said, he became a non-basketball player right after that.
Well, actually, when he became a non-basketball player, he's playing against your Wizards. And Bradley Beal, or it was Bradley Beal.
I give my Wizards credit. I think they did play. We just need a big old center.
It was Bradley Beal, or it was what's the other guy that played with them? Who he played with? He went to Houston. He went back to Houston again. He was with the Clippers. John Wall.
John gave him the whole city, the kids, everything.
One of them told Embiid at the foul line. He said, "I wish y'all stop effing fouling me." He said, "I'm gonna make these 2 free throws." He said, "I bet you $5,000." He brick both of them. He ain't been right since. Blame it on it. He can blame it on them if he wants to. But I told the Sixers fans he was trash. I ain't trying to talk about. I'm talking about the man's game. I'm not talking about him physically. I'm not talking about his mental. I'm not talking about anything else. I'm talking about his game. So I can talk about his game, and he can be mad about that. He can say, "You don't know what you're talking about." Well, your back is hurt now. Did you gain some more weight?
Because I was at that game when he joined on Crittenden, and Crittenden pulled out guns on him. He said, "I got bigger guns than you."
Yeah, so I mean, but my question to Zion though, if I had a question to ask him, I'm like, "Yo, do you love the game of basketball, or do you just love the accolades that come along with it?" Because he's making commercials. How you gonna make commercial Campbell soup when you're not eating that? You really eating the gumbo soup. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's doing. That's what he's doing. So guys, right now it's 49-44 at halftime. Somebody's not doing something at this game. That 49 is that good? Is the defense just that good? Let me look at the box score here real quick.
The offense is that bad.
C. Johnson's small forward got 22 points. Nobody else in double figures for Brooklyn. The Sixers and Beeb got 8 points. He's 2 for 5. Let me see. And Beeb got 8 points. Maxey got 15. PJ Tucker has nothing. James Harden is 1 for 7 from the field, 0 for 4 from 3 points. He has 2 points. So this is an ugly game right now. This is a game that if they don't get it together, they're gonna lose this game. But I'm telling you guys, just go ahead and watch this game, see what happens. I still didn't get. I still got to give you guys a copy of next who's going to break records for the NFL next week. I'm gonna try to put that on the page and see where we go with that. I'm gonna try to do all this tonight and watch this game. I'm trying to put our picks out there and see what people think about the picks and stuff like that. We had a great show again tonight.
My Commanders, they're gonna make a shot in the draft. You know they're gonna be first.
They're gonna make a shock in the draft. Shock is what they're gonna do. They're gonna trade away and get more picks.
I'll tell you next week. Yeah, that's what we're going to do.
Tune in. We got the teaser. We got the teaser.
We're going to have $99 million under the cap in 2024.
Because y'all ain't going to have no players.
2000. You talking about next year's season, not this season coming up. The season after.
Salary cap, yeah.
You talking
Salary
about?
cap.
So you talking about 20? You talking about? Because 2023. You talking about 2024? That's a year away, bro.
Yeah, 2024, not 2023.
Who's gonna be your?
When he's 30.
Who's gonna be your
I
quarterback?
think it's less than $16 million.
Who's gonna be your quarterback then? Who's gonna be your coach?
Look, my pick next week, next Monday, you're gonna be surprised. It's gonna be a quarterback though.
Washington. So let me ask you a question. What all the needs that Washington needs, you think is gonna be a quarterback?
We're gonna need a third string quarterback. I even know we got 3, but this one is good, and people gonna be surprised when we pick.
Well, go ahead and tell us, man. You know, don't keep it a secret. You know.
No, that's next week. Remember, we got 10 more picks to do.
Okay.
But what? 12
He's
more.
saying they taking Herndon Hooker.
Well, we did 10, right? So it's
from
Tennessee.
No, it's some more.
From Tennessee.
Yeah, no, it's some more.
Well, I'm gonna say this to you. If the Rams if the Rams move down, they're going up to quarterback. I'm pretty sure. But if they move down, they're going up to quarterback. I'm pretty sure if that's what they're going after. So real quick, guys, we got like 4 minutes left. I don't know if you guys go ahead, Mo.
We gotta talk about the fight, man. We gotta talk about Tank versus Garcia.
You got 4 minutes.
All right. Biggest fight of the year. Biggest fight of probably the last 5 years right now. My boy Tank is gonna knock out Garcia in the 6th round. I think it's gonna happen in 3, but I ain't gonna say it's gonna happen in 3 because there are other boxing fans out here. I love to see somebody get knocked out. It's just amazing to me when somebody just looking up at you, just like, and the referee's like it's over because they know you ain't getting up. Same thing that happened with Izzy last week. Best fighting I've seen in a while. 2 weeks ago when Izzy beat Izzy beat the other guy, and then boxing when Secure stopped the dude. Boxing is coming back, man. And if Crawford and Spence happens this year, it's supposed to happen maybe in June. It's gonna be the biggest boxing that we've had in years.
I love boxing, but it has to definitely come back because everybody that holds titles live in Russia.
That's the heavyweight. Nobody care about heavyweight.
I'm just saying though, it definitely need to come back bigger and better. I mean, we all love boxing.
If you had Apollo Group TV, you could actually watch it and not have to worry about pay-per-view. I'm telling you, bro. I'm turning you on to something here.
I haven't seen any boxing that I want to pay for. None.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I ain't got to pay for it.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm so tired of waiting for the boxing to come on, and then it comes on, and then it's not what it's supposed to be, and then you fall asleep. You have drunk, and then you wake up and you find out that somebody drew a mustache on your face.
You watch Andy Reid commercials,
and you missed the whole boxing match. And then you don't have nothing.
2 weeks ago. Shakur Stevenson was great. Jeremy Anderson was great. And also, I can't remember his name. Davis was great as well. That was the best night of boxing I've seen in a while. It was all free. Not that I got to pay for anything, but it was all on regular TV on ESPN. It was amazing. Boxing is coming back.
So make sure y'all guys inbox me your top 10 draft picks. All right. So I can post them on the page. Actually, what I'm about to do is I'm going to give Mo access to Just Us Sports page because he posts a lot of good stuff, and I have to approve it. So I'm gonna let Mo handle that stuff. He can approve whenever he want to approve when he want to approve it. So we don't leave that out of the realm of things. Lou, talk to us, man. What you got going on for Saturday?
the showing after they got into one take could be now. And I'm push about that. We're about on. First, I'll get the comment or again. PM, I believe. 5, 5, 4, 4, 6, 16. 5, 1, 2, 5, 4.
All right. Hey,
Look at that.
and if you guys don't know, Mr. Davidson is Lou's his co-host, and Mr. Davidson is
Yes.
looking to do his own show as well with the network. So that's why he's coming on. We're training him while we're talking. So far so well. Other him them liking all the teams in the DC area, he's okay. He's okay with me. Dana, we've been waiting.
Appreciate that.
We've been waiting on Dana to bring us a show. He keeps saying he's waiting on his computer. And I guess they
Problem.
I guess they're in China making this computer, and the way it's gonna get here,
Like that.
it's gonna be. Hey, I'm gonna tell you where it's at, right? You know when we had the COVID situation, and you was buying electronics, they said, "Yo, it's sitting on the boat in the West Coast, waiting. Out there in LA, in the bay, waiting for somebody to get off the truck."
Joker.
Oh my God, guys, we had a good time tonight, man. Other than the guy calling us and using that foul language, I think we did pretty good. And I'm gonna give him a call as soon as I get off. I got the number on my phone. So, brother, if you listen or don't you? If I call him and I get a message, I'm gonna give him, I'm gonna give him the business. He gonna call me back. He gonna call me back. Cause I'm gonna call him. I'm gonna call the saltines. I'm gonna call him all kinds of. Yes, sir. Yo, she rubbing some people the wrong way, man. I'm telling you, she digs places that she don't need to dig at. You know what I'm saying? So far she's been okay, but I'm telling you, the NBA players ain't really cool with her, man. They really, and if you look at it, right, she's on the NBA channel, but she don't even come on ESPN no more. You know what I'm saying? And that's the
She's
issue.
on there. She's on ESPN at 3:00.
Yeah, she comes on, but she's not on. She got her own show now.
Yeah, she's the lead of the NBA, whatever it is.
Whatever it is.
Yeah, but she rubs it, man. She rubs guys the wrong way. I try to tell a couple of my friends, I'm like, I like her. I said, but she's digging in the wrong spots she's trying to make her mark, and she's doing it the wrong way. That's my only thought about now. Is she kind of pretty? She pretty. But Carrie Champion, she never went outside of her realm. You know what I'm saying? She never really. I think that was
Taylor Rooks.
Yeah, that was something different. All right, guys, it's 9:03. I'm gonna let y'all go back and watch this game. It's 51-49. Brooklyn Nets over the 76ers. Sixers are trying to come back. It's in the third quarter with 10 minutes and 19 seconds left to go. So I thank everybody for calling in, even the person that called in and cussed at us. I'm glad you called in, but the thing about it is it is what it is. You can't stop us because our show is called Just Us. And you can't say nothing to it. And this is what I'm gonna say to you. I'm gonna leave you with this right here. I'm gonna leave you with something that's gonna hopefully help you move on with the rest of your life, because you need an eye opener.
Hey. So, what if we have questions about our policy? And what if it's late at night? And what if someone still calls us mom for everything?
We're there for your what ifs.
Hey, Mom. Who?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
I'm not When we move, the whole world follows in our path. Hey, that's what's up.
Thank you for listening to the Just Us Sports Talk Show. You have been entertained in the sports world by K. Diggs from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, the small city with a large heart. Dana the Hater Clark from St. Petersburg, Florida. G-Dub from Austin, Texas. And Murray E. Baskerville from Gotta Be More Careful, Baltimore, Maryland. Remember, thank you for listening to the Just Us Sports Talk Show. You have been entertained in the sports world by K. Diggs from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, the small city with a large heart. Dana the Hater Clark from St. Petersburg, Florida. And Murray E. Baskerville from Gotta Be More Careful, Baltimore, Maryland. Remember, we throw stones and we do live in glass houses. Big time players make big time plays and big time games. Stay ready to be ready. You have been listening to an In the Zone Sports Talk radio production. Remember, you can hear us again on star107fm.com on Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be sure to download the Try99 TV app on any smart device and subscribe to In the Zone Sports Talk Television. The cost is $4.95. Thank you in advance for your support. Thank you for listening to the Just Us Sports Talk Show. You have been entertained in the sports world by K. Diggs from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, the small city with a large heart. Dana the Hater Clark from St. Petersburg, Florida. And Murray E. Baskerville from Gotta Be More